To the max, baby. Hello, world, and welcome to the Max podcast, where we have real talk about educational transformation. I am Dr. Max, and I'm so excited today to be joined by some amazing young women. One of them is my very own daughter, Kyla. And the other one is a young lady that I've been knowing for such a long time. She has been a mentor to my daughter, and there's so many young women. And I feel like she's not a daughter, but I feel like I am, shows a very special place in my heart. Her mom is an amazing woman, and she's raised an amazing young lady. This is Taylor. Welcome, ladies, to the Max podcast. How are you both doing today?
Good. Happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You ladies look so bright and chippery today. Wow. So it's such a pleasure seeing the both of you, watching you grow up and evolve. And so on To The Max, we always start off with something positive or an icebreaker, I like to call them. So what was the coolest thing you did on your weekend?
I had a busy weekend. I was at an AK regional conference. So one of my highlights was our regional director. She did her welcome and she drove me with a Rolls Royce and Petey Pablo. So that was real dope.
Wait a
to
minute,
see
Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo perform.
Wait a minute,
our
Petey
opening.
Pablo.
Yes.
Jump now.
For Instagram, you guys do that.
Yes.
Somebody
Yes.
has to show me that.
Yes. It was
Boo and
so
bye.
dope. Everybody was just rapping and singing. It was really nice.
Swinging like
Yes.
Oh, instead of the white, what were the towels back in my day?
Yeah. Everybody had their little lanyards. They were swinging them around. Yeah.
I love that.
That was dope.
That's memorable. That's pretty hard.
Yeah.
And you don't even know probably who Petey Pablo is.
I know a few songs.
A few. Okay, all right. That was before your time.
It was a lot of pop up artists this weekend, so I had a good time. Met Dougie Fresh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you had a really good weekend. It sounded like the people from the '90s really
They were.
had a ball. Like
It
that
was
was
sick.
our
They
vibe.
did.
It was
Slick Rick,
Dougie
Big Daddy
Fresh,
came.
Slick Rick.
Yeah.
And then we had DJ Envy for the closing gala, so that was fun too.
Yeah.
So that was an amazing weekend.
Yeah,
Okay.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10, right? Kyla, what about yours?
And I didn't get to make it to the conference because I just started a new job. and I
Congratulations.
didn't- yeah. So I didn't want to take the time off, but I did have a good time because I still was able to make it down to Raleigh on Saturday to sort of fellowship and hang out. And I met a lot of new friends, saw a lot of old ones. And so we just enjoyed the weekend, went to brunch on Sunday. So that was cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you, ladies, so much. My weekend, something exciting was being a principal. We hosted our first track invitational here and had about 15 teams. And it was so cool to see all of the young people out there just having a really great time. Track is such a long sport, it feels. But it was really a positive environment for middle school and high school teams. So for me, it was a really cool thing. Laid back, kind of chill Saturday. The weather was perfect. So it was an amazing event. So thank you all for appeasing me with that. And thank you all for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
So we're going to jump right into conversation. So you guys know me, and I really believe that mentorship and sisterhood are big things in how you treat people. And Taylor, you've known Kyla since 6th grade. You were in the 8th grade when you met Kyla, and you kind of took her under your wings. But I think that's a testament to who you are as a young woman, right? So tell me, why do you feel that mentorship is so pivotal, and what sparked you about Kyla to make, or all the young women that you have done that for?
Well, I think Kyla's special because I went to school with, of course, her brother Jelani, and we were really close and cool. We still are. So it's like when you see your friend's siblings, it's like, okay, well, now you're my sibling. Now we share them. So like Kyla or like my friends.
And you are, sorry to cut you off, but you are an only child.
Yes, I am an only child. So it's like all my friends' siblings are my siblings. So like her, Sanaji, Jordan, like all of them. I
it's
see
a
them.
crew of y'all.
Yes, it's like I see all of them is like my younger siblings. So it's like, oh, if something's wrong with them, I'm coming. Like my friends showed up, I'm coming with my friends. So I think that plays a part in me just like accepting young women under my wing, or like, I'm always look out for them. But I think I also had people in my life that took me under their wing, and it makes me a person I am today. From people at church, people at Dudley, when I got to college at Winston, I've always had people as like, oh, well, if you need something, I'm here for you, or let me show you how to do this. Especially when I joined our beloved sorority, it just became even more. So it's like I have all these people that look after me and mentors in me. I just want to do the same thing for other women.
You don't find that though in middle school, which I think is
No.
that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not talking about you as a young woman you are now when you're in eighth grade, right? So, Kyla, when you were in the sixth grade and Taylor was an eighth grader, how did it make you feel to have somebody like she helped you with cheering, she helped you with classes, and just kind of developed and you established that relationship? You went on to Dudley, and like it's a relationship that has continued, and circles kind of collide, right? It's not as if, even though Greensboro is not a small place, it's like families are united. Like, once you build a relationship, our circles collide, right? And I think that's critical. But everybody you always try to bring in the fold don't want to be in the fold. Make sense, right? And so in middle school, we know middle school girls aren't always nice.
Yeah.
High school girls aren't always nice. So how did that make you feel?
I definitely think it made me feel really good because I don't have sisters. Like, at that point in my life, I didn't have sisters. Now I have a million of them. But like, I only had a brother growing up, and my brother was mean to me. I remember like my
Don't
third.
say that.
Yeah, I don't care if it's just that. I don't care. So I remember probably like my third day of middle school. I forgot where my class was. I had on a maxi
I think it was your first day.
No, it was my third. It was
Okay.
my third, and I had
Like the
forgot
first.
because it's like the AB schedule, so I had got it mixed up.
Yes.
And I was running outside. One thing led to another. I broke my wrist like 3 fingers or whatever.
Yeah. Tripped and
And-
failed. Third day of middle school, sixth grade. Child was scared to be tardy to class.
It just so happened when I was going to knock on the doors because I was outside and I mean, arm just bent up in all different directions. When I went to the door, the person at the door who wasn't even supposed to be on that hall was my brother. And I'm like, oh, well, open the door. Like, hey, open the door. And I'm, tears in my eyes, but I'm like, it's too soon in my middle school career. For
No,
me
you were
to-
crying.
Yeah, I
you were
was like,
crying.
nah, I wasn't crying
You're
at
trying to
that
hold it
point. I was
together,
trying to
though.
hold
She's
it
trying to hold it
together.
together.
I'm trying to hold it together. I said, Jelani, I fell. And he just busted out laughing at me. So then I was like, you know what? I'm on my own. I'm on my own. I got to build my own alliances. I got to
Okay.
build my own.
That was that was a rough way to learn.
I can't depend on him. I can't depend on him. World ends, I'm not calling him. You see what I'm saying?
That's horrible.
So
He's a
then-
much better big brother, guys.
I can't. Anyway, so I really
Don't do
did enjoy like Taylor's mentorship because, like I said, I didn't have an older sister, but like just guidance through everything when it came to cheer and moving forward to like transition and applying to high school, like my high school choice. Like, I mean, it really just felt good to have somebody that's already been in the stage that you're currently in. So you sort of get help navigating it. So
Right. Okay. So in middle school, let's talk about cheer. Before you get to the national organization that you all are a part of, let's talk about cheering, which I feel like teaches you a lot of things, right?
Mhm.
I think middle school cheer. I think we had 2 different coaches in middle school, but we cheered for the same. My middle school coach, we were really close. I was one of the only 7th graders on the team. My 7th grade years, only 3 of us, and everybody else was in 8th grade. So you're already looking like, oh, who these 3 little babies? But she never treated us different. She just treated us all the same respect. And having that bond, like till this day, I'm still cool with my coach. I literally call her coach. I'll never call her nothing else. I see her, I'm like, oh, hey, Coach Dixon. But that bond, like she pushed us so hard that when I got to Dudley, it was nothing new. Like I knew what the standard was. I knew it's gonna be long summers, it's gonna be long nights, it's gonna take a lot to get to where I want to be. But I knew what I wanted, and I knew that I had her to support me, so that meant a lot. Now Dudley, that's a different conversation.
Okay.
I'll let you talk about
So-
your middle school.
Piggybacking off of what she said, cheer in middle school was cool. It was copacetic, but when you get to high school, cheer is such a different beast, especially at the high school that we went to. We had like a YouTube channel with like 200,000 subscribers.
Y'all were like all that competitive,
So-
and you were tight, but the hard work y'all put in
yes.
was very evident in your performance.
So I always tell people like Dudley cheer was such a different level and such a different beast, especially coming in at like because going into high school I was 13, and then I turned 14 over that summer or whatever. And it's just like, because that really was my first exposure to that many female personalities, that many
Yes.
hormones.
Yes.
And so that really was like my first exposure to interacting with women, because women, female personalities, I'm a girl, I can say female personalities sometimes are really hard to navigate. And you have like 20 hormonal personalities all in one place. We sweaty, we running miles. If you forget a chair, you gotta run a lap, take a lap, take a lap. The entire time I was in high school, I had a six pack. I was ripped. I don't think I've ever been in that great of shape in my life.
But that made but y'all were looked at as athletes.
Yes.
It's a sport. You were an athlete. You didn't just show up on a Friday night for a game ill prepared. The stamina that you guys had really put you at a very elite status.
But it didn't just teach me physical stamina, it taught me mental stamina.
I agree.
And grit. And so, I mean, I won't go into like too much detail, but when I got later in life and trying to cross into a sorority, not it was more about like learning how to navigate a sorority piece, because you got to think there's a lot of female personalities within a chapter. But I'm like, I already went through this. Like, even if I have something like, because we used to refer to each other as our cheer sisters, so when it translates into line sisters, I know how to have a one-on-one conversation with a sister. I didn't grow up with sisters, but I learned all throughout middle school, all throughout high school, how you navigate female personalities, how you navigate sisterhood. And so I'll definitely say cheer sort of shaped me into being what I like to consider myself as, like a good sister and like a good woman.
So good sister. That's interesting. So what do you think our young women are struggling with today that prohibits the good sisterhood? Like, because working in schools and social media, for me, it's really hard to see young women tearing each other down, right? And so I spend a lot of time talking about we have to be our own best cheerleader for our own selves. Mm-hmm. And we have to look ourselves in the mirror and say, girl, you're amazing. You're beautiful. You're kind. You can do whatever you set your mind to because God got you. Like, whatever your motivator is for that day. But additionally, you have to be able to cheer someone else on, because you may be the most positive voice they hear that day. Oftentimes, we're the ones who tear each other down. What do you suggest to young women who are out here struggling with their own self-image and trying to find their space and their place and being a good sister for someone else?
I would say I think sometimes the problem is they see each other as competition, and everyone's not your competitor. Like, sometimes, like, you have to have friends around you that's gonna make you better. It's gonna evolve you. So like, I might see my friend and she might be like, "Oh, I'm going to get this degree." And it's like, dang, that motivates me to want to go and get another degree too. Like, having friends around you that can build you up, y'all are evolving together, y'all are growing together, is important. You can't have friends around you that don't want to see you do good and they don't have that going for themselves. They can't help you do more for yourself. If I got friends around me that's just at home chilling, not working, not playing no sport, if I'm still in school or whatever, how they gonna help me if I want to go and be great in life? That's not helping me. So I think we have to learn what a real friend looks like and keeping people around us that want to see us do great and want to see themselves do great.
See us do great and see themselves do great. That's awesome. That's awesome, because they oftentimes are afraid to even be great themselves.
And then, going off of what you just said, I think people need to learn that there's enough room at the table for everybody to eat. Like, everybody can have a seat at the table, and everybody can be doing their own things, and everybody can be successful. Like, it's not a one-on-one competition. But also, I think it's very important that people are cognizant that there's a thin line between tearing each other down and then keeping it real. So, like, I have friends, me and my friends, I actually can't really be friends with somebody that I can't keep it real with.
Right.
Like, because I want that type of raw feedback from a friend. But so people always naturally think, people like to take stuff personally when people give like real feedback. Like, girl, you know that ain't make no sense. She knows she don't like me. She da-da-da-da, like blowing it completely out of proportion. When like sometimes in friendship you have to have real conversations. You have to have raw conversations.
That's
You have
right.
to have critical conversations. And if you can't have those conversations and move past it and continue being friends, then A, y'all weren't friends to begin with. And then
Correct.
B, you also need to learn that you need to maybe stop being so sensitive. And then last thing, that's like a key part of sisterhood, because I've just seen this like rummage through friend groups and stuff like this. Being male centered and stuff like that, that really does seem to take a toll.
Male centered.
Male centered.
What? Let's say that again. Male centered.
Male centered.
Wait a minute. So people are so okay. So male centered mean. I mean, I guess I understand what it means, but I'm I think I'm understanding you to say that their focus and their priority
Is a man.
is a man.
Is a man.
And that
They will
Yeah.
let their whole life stop, or they will put your
Let's
life.
talk about it's a man.
Yeah.
You got it.
They will put your life and what you have going on in jeopardy, all in the name of getting male validation, or like say you go out to the club and your homegirl meet a man and she loved this man so bad.
But that she just met him at the club. That
She
night?
just met him at
She
the
didn't
club.
meet him a month ago.
And
2
she
months
like,
ago.
girl, I'm gonna go home with him
Tonight?
No, you're not.
And now
No, you're
you
not.
stranded at the club. And
Baby
she's
girls,
somewhere
don't go
gone.
home with the man you met at the
Let me
club
tell you something about
tonight.
me and my friends. We come together, we lead together.
That's
Hey,
that's a friend.
You want to take her, you're going to have to take all 5 of us together. I don't
Hello.
know.
That's a
I don't
friend.
know. Now, you can come get her once we get to that house, but as for me and my friend group,
Yeah.
we go somewhere together, we're leaving together.
But that's what friends do.
Correct.
But that's what I think you guys are saying. A true friends keep you from doing dumb things.
Amen.
And even if you're mad at me as a friend, you understand that I did that for you out of love. And if you don't, then we weren't true in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's not something that comes instantly. That comes with time, right? And so what I have learned with my youth and age, with friendships, is that some relationships are for a season and some relationships will last throughout all. And you have to be okay with dropping some relationships off for that season and time and still wishing people well, but it served its purpose.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And that, changes. Like some of your college friends, you're going to always love and care about them and wish them well, but they may not be the ones who transition with you when you're married and you have kids, and some of them may be. And then some of your high school friends may be ones that resurface. Like relationships go through ebbs and flows, right? And so friendships, like very honestly, me and one of my best friends had a very honest conversation because we're transitioning from just being friends to doing, we're trying to establish a nonprofit together. And that's a business entity, right? And so when you've only handled personal friendship things together to handling professional business things together, that changes the relationship.
Yeah.
And we had to have a conversation about how that's going to change who we are and how we interact. And when you've had a 45-year relationship, that's different. But you have to be able to sit in that uncomfortableness. And everybody's not ready for that. So I think you ladies are very mature to have these conversations. But did you just get this mature? Do you have some women that have had these conversations with you, or that you've seen some great things from? And you talked about mentors earlier, and what's your relationships like with your mothers? How have that transparency and those relationships helped? Because a lot of children don't have those honest, open relationships.
It's funny because me and mom we were kind of just sitting down talking to somebody in like the same kind of format about like what legacy means to us in our sorority. But me and my mom are very close. We've always been very close. We have a very transparent relationship. I tell her pretty much everything. So if a few people in my life probably know everything about me, and she's probably one of them.
I don't know if I want to know everything, Taylor.
Maybe
Something-
not like everything.
Okay,
She
okay.
know most stuff.
Okay,
like,
most is good, Taylor. Some stuff I don't
Yeah.
want to know.
like I can
don't
call.
wanna know.
Like I can call her at any point. Like she knows when something's wrong with me. She knows I'm not myself. We have very open, honest conversations from boys, relationships, friendships. I've seen her in her friend group. Like her and her friends have been friends. They were 5, 6 years old, and they're still friends till this
That's
day.
authentic.
Yes. And I've seen them not only like grow together, but they're like in different aspects of their lives. Like they've gone through college together. They've gone through motherhood. They've gone through being wives, girlfriends, sorority sisters. And I see them all as aunties. Like if somebody asks, oh, that's my aunt, because that's what I know them as. So seeing that true, authentic friendship, that's
Y'all
something
were
that
just
I've
talking
always
about
wanted.
their son.
Yes, we were. We were just talking about. I'm the only one. She's the only one that has like a daughter that's like a AKA. So I'm the only legacy. So I feel like she shares me with all of them. But I think seeing it with them made me want to have a true friendship like that. And even though I didn't grow up with all of my close friends now, I have friends from high school, from college, middle school. But like my core friend group, I know that they're like we're genuine friends. Like we fuss, we fight, we argue, but I'm always ride for them.
And we picked the phone up and we still laughing.
Yeah,
Like, girl,
yeah,
where you
yeah.
gonna go? Where we gonna go eat tonight?
Literally, literally. I have a line sister living in Atlanta. We beef so much. We were beefing so bad probably last year. This year she just came to my house. We had like a whole weekend of us hanging out. You would thought like we never fight, we never argued. So it's like those are my girls. They know who they are.
That's true, authentic relationships.
Yeah.
I'll definitely say not only like blood women in my family, like including you, and I'm so grateful to have both grandmas still alive and a great grandma.
That's
and
a
so it's
blessing.
like I have
That
people
one's off
from
the chain. That
yeah.
91.5-year-old.
Don't do
Male
that.
son.
I have people who have lived all different stages, all different walks of life, different careers, different backgrounds, different eras. Like sometimes I sit and I'm like, dang, my grandma was in segregation. Like I just sit and think about stuff like that. Like, dang, that was the sharecropper era. So she's seeing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yes.
So I always have to sort of like reel myself back. So I think it's really cool to have women in my life like that. Because it puts stuff into perspective. Because for me, like, okay, I'm sure like my great grandfather probably blew up her house phone or was courting her, and I don't even know how you dated back in like
I
1940 and
Yeah, I
stuff
don't think
like that.
Grandma Pat had a house phone.
Well, yeah, I don't see.
I don't
Listen,
think that.
I don't really know the logistics
Yeah.
of it. So if I were to
Don't
sit
think they
down,
had a house phone.
if I were to sit down,
They had to write probably telegrams or
yeah,
something.
something like that.
Yeah.
Ride a horse to her house, something. But if I were to
Tyler,
sit
please.
down and
She said
tell
ride a
her,
horse.
like, yeah, grandma, I don't think he feeling me. He ain't like my story, and he always like my story.
Grandma's
then it's
gonna be
just,
confused.
yeah, it's so interesting to see like the generational gaps and
Yeah.
get the guidance. Cause I called my other grandma, I called my dad's mom about a situation with a boy, and she was just like, well, listen. If he didn't ask for your hand in marriage and stuff like that, because listen, when I was 22, I was getting married, and I'm like,
And we like, no,
I'm
no
behind
marriage
in
at
life.
22.
I'm like, I'm behind in life.
Yeah, I
Like, let me lock in. Yeah.
Well, wait, girls. Before we get a hand in marriage, can we meet the men first?
Listen.
Can we like
And
have this serious like going steady kind of thing?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
speed that my nana talks at after 4 dates,
Nana,
we need to
Nana.
be engaged.
Nana said we behind. We're
We are
moving too
behind.
slow.
Oh,
So
well,
it's-
let's slow and steady wins the race.
So
Slow
it's
and steady.
always, I'm just super blessed to have people like women in my life from all different walks and from all different ages and stages of life, and just hearing the different feedback, because your feedback is way different than mama's or grandma
Because
Pat's
my
or
mom's is very
Nana's.
spiritual.
It's spiritual,
Yeah.
and then the other grandma is very much like
Raw.
like I divorced my husband and got me a new one, so it's just like, okay.
That's right, right.
And you know,
Replace them.
so it's like, where's
Okay, wait, we're going downhill fast.
yeah,
We're
okay.
supposed to be talking about.
Let's reel it in.
We're sorry. We're
Come
sorry.
back,
We're
come back.
sorry. We're sorry.
Reel it in. So what we're talking about, let's get focused, is the positivity around having women in your life. So having positive relationships with women, but cultivating that. And I think that the thing for each of you is that you have really great relationships with your mothers, and you have transparent, authentic relationships, and they model good relationships with other women, such as their mothers and girlfriends. Like your aunties are very present in your life. They're your godmoms. You know, you take vacations with them as yours, and they show up. It's not like these are distant people. They're a part of your every experience. And so then you cultivate relationships with people in your schools. Then that transfers over to your colleges and your universities and to your workspaces. And so if you teach those things, and that you don't always think that people are out to cause you harm, but you genuinely look to see good in other people, it truly makes a difference in how you navigate. Because you went to one of the big 5 high schools. You both went to James Benson Dudley High School in Guilford County. And people would say, oh my gosh, I can't believe y'all sent your daughters there. But what would you say to those people about your experience at James Benson Dudley High School?
If I could go back to high school right now, I'd go back. I love Dudley. I love my time at Dudley. I love my experiences. I feel like I was very involved at Dudley. And the stereotype around Dudley being like this bad ghetto school, when you go there, it's a normal high school. Like, people, you would think that it would lean on me. It's nothing like that. There's no chains on the
Southside
door.
High,
Yes.
whatever, yeah.
There's no chains on the door. There's not fights every day. Like, it's not that. It's a normal, regular high school. And granted, I think we were both in the academy, but I had classes with people that like neighborhood people. I had friends that were just like regular school students, friends in the academy. Because I mean, you cheer when you're an athlete, you hang around everybody. It's not just I'm just the academy kids. No, I'm with everybody. I'm at SGA. It's people, all kinds of people. And I had the opportunity to be Miss Dudley, and I think that opened my eyes even more because I have a bigger respect for our community because our alumni is very strong, and they're very strong-willed too, and they will tell you what they feel and they mean it. But you can appreciate that because you have people in the community that look out for you, because whenever we needed something in SGA and cheer, they're going to show up in different walks, in different ways. They're going to be there for you. So if I had to tell you maybe about Dudley, I would say it's the best high school ever in the entire world. I love Dudley. I always will. I'll always show up for those students. Anybody that needs me at Dudley can call me. I wouldn't change those 4 years of my life for anything.
So, Kyla, adding on to what Taylor said, what did you learn about yourself as a woman and a woman of color by attending Dudley High School? And finding your voice.
Okay, yeah. I think when I was, I'm not a super talkative person to begin with.
Taylor,
and I'm not super, even in conversation, I'm not super reciprocal and stuff like that. But I'll definitely say elementary and middle school, every kid is trying to find themselves at that point. And then I would just say that Dudley, not only I think it shaped me into the person that I always was deep inside. I just hadn't tapped into her yet. Prior to like cheer and everything like that, I had such a fear of speaking up and advocating for myself out of fear that people would dislike me or, oh, Kyla's rude, Kyla's this, Kyla's that. And when I got to Dudley, I'm like, it's sink or swim. If I don't show up for myself, talk for myself, advocate for myself, and then you realize that it might not be other students, but you're going to have people to back you. Like, I think Dudley was so important because I feel like if I mean, obviously I didn't get that experience. If I went to like a different magnet program or an early college program where 50 kids in the whole school or something like that, I don't think that I would have got that advocacy. And so like, I think Dudley, especially the academy, was such a good mix between like the cultural experience of James Benson Dudley High School as well as the educational piece. But I think it really pushed me, and like the community, like everybody, the staff would just round around you. And even when I see them out to this day, it's still like always good connections. How are you doing? Like my college advisor reached out to me this past weekend to come to a career fair that she's having. So like, I really think Dudley shaped me into who I've always been, and just letting me know it is okay to speak up for yourself. Everybody's not going to like you. And a lot of times people are intimidated. It's not that people dislike you. It's just that they wish to be like you, or they're intimidated of you.
And you do not have to dim your light
for other people
to shine.
You don't.
Because there's enough rays in the sun for us all to get some, right?
Yeah.
And I think being able to go to a school like the one that I serve, or Dudley, it gives children the understanding that there are people that support you and that care about you. And you're often educated by people who understand the experience and the struggle and want to be there to support you along the way. And I think that is such a huge thing. Mm-hmm. Well, that leads me into the next question. You both then go off to college. You go to a HBCU. Yes, what HBCU do you decide to attend?
I went to the Winston-Salem State University. Go Rams.
And then you decided to go to a PWI. And which one was that?
The Elon University.
That's it, right, baby. That's it.
The Elon University, home of the Phoenix.
That's it, baby. That's it.
Oh God.
And so each of your experiences were very different in college, right? So but you ended up both joining the same sisterhood. And I think a lot of that had to do with even the mentorship and the relationship and the sisterhood that you have built, Kyla has built with you over the years. So talk about your sorority and why that's so important and some of the mentorship and the service that you guys do in the community and the impact that you want to have.
I think like the service part came honestly at Dudley. I thought that's where my love for community service came from.
Miss
Being
Taylor.
Miss Paler, shout out Paler.
Yes.
Service learning club, like she made sure we were doing service on the hours. But being Miss Dudley also gave me the opportunity to start my own service on the program, and I was able my senior year to do. Paler helped me out. I did. It was called Purse for Purpose, and I had like me and my friends. We collected donations for toiletries and non-perishable items. And on MLK Day of Service, we collected them and we took them out to people in the community. And that's when I realized like I had a love for giving back to people. So when I became a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, I had already seen my mom serving. Seeing my mom, she's at 31 or 32 years in the sorority. I just hit 5 myself. I'm way behind her, but that's okay. Seeing her and her line sisters and all her friends and what it them being alpha women and seeing what they've done for their community and for each other. Once I joined, I knew I wanted to have that same impact, and I have been able to have that impact. I've been able to serve 4 years on a regional team. Thank you, and that's been amazing, especially at the age of 24.
Yes.
You don't hear lots of young people be like, "Oh, I've been on a regional team for that long."
That's phenomenal.
So, and I'll take them as our regional artist. She took me under her wing, and everybody on that regional team, they look out for me. They love me. They care for me. They see me as a daughter, a niece, a little sister. When I see people like at regionals this past weekend, it's all these people like, "Oh my God, I missed you. I love you. I'm so proud of you." Like when you hear that, it means something.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that mentorship there is so different because it's like a different love because my mom's experience isn't my experience. My mom she's very calm, laid back, do stuff in the chapter, but she's like seeing you on stage and speaking in front of thousands of people.
She talked about that.
She's like, she's proud. And it's like, she was like, "You're my legacy, but you're making your own way through this sorority and setting your own path." And she was like, "It's women around you that actually care about you and want to see you do great in our sorority." So that's just wonderful in itself. I won't get emotional, but I do remember when Kyla told me she was interested in being an AKA, and it was like, gosh, do I have an impact in this world? Oh my gosh. I have an impact. Like,
you have an impact, Taylor.
it's like that alone was already exciting because like you said, I've known Kyla, she was in 6th grade. We're in our 20s now, so it's been a long time.
Yeah.
But to see her just grow as a young woman and then like for you to join our sorority, it's amazing. And luckily enough, you let me pin you, which was even
that was
even better.
beautiful.
So it's
Beautiful
like,
day.
we share even more connections. Like, you my sister already in life. Now you really my sister.
like,
So it's
we
like,
really-
we could talk joy. You know, it's stuff that we know that other people don't know.
Yeah. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. And I think as a parent, you're really grateful to find people that you know genuinely care about your children, right? And that you would trust your children with unequivocally. And so like I don't feel that way about lots of people, but I know and that if you say Miss Thyais, she good. Okay, Kyla good, right? That's it. When your mom says she's good, she's good. And you don't feel that way about a lot of people. And so I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful.
I just think that the sisterhood is such a beautiful experience because once again, I didn't grow up with sisters, but now I thank God that I have like a million of them. I think that is such a beautiful experience because not only do you get to connect like on a deep level and you all have like a deep understanding, it's like an unspoken understanding. Like, and I think it's like a second sense for me at this point when I'm in public and I'm looking at somebody, I'm like, I think she's AKA. Or like, and it even goes bigger and beyond that. It's just like you connect to people and all you have to say is I'm an AKA. For example, like I work with people of all different organizations, but it's like they look out for you. So in addition to the sisterhood, it's a networking piece. And it's just like you're good wherever you go. Like you could go anywhere and you could probably find somebody that's going to help you get the resources. it's like really good. Like it could be a conversation starter and it'll turn into something great and something bigger than that because you can really connect and network and move beyond stuff like that. So I just think it's such a beautiful experience. At this point, I'm 3 years in, and I'm just so grateful for not even the chapter that I came into, but sort of the national experience and just being able to go out. I went out in Raleigh this weekend. Didn't know, but like 2 people. Now I'm up 10 followers on Instagram and 10 friends in real life. And so,
like that.
I feel like, and it's just like, you know what, sister, we cool. Hey, sister. And so it's just a beautiful experience. I sort of always struggled with making friends and making meaningful connections. So it's just like now I have a million friends. So I'm just so grateful for that.
You have a million associates. Everybody ain't your friend.
That too.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah,
Everybody ain't your
soror
friend.
ain't your sister. Thank you.
But when you find
And
a
every
good
soror
one,
ain't your sister.
Yeah.
And every body ain't your friend. They are your associates.
but when you find a good group
The-
of them, yeah,
Yeah.
they look out for you for
Yeah.
sure. You never know. You never know where being a AKA or even just in the D9 in general will take you. Because you can be talking to the president of an organization. It's like, oh, I need this. And it's like, he's like, oh, she an AKA. Make sure she get that interview. And you never know, like, where knowing somebody can take you. Like,
networking is definitely a true thing.
And it's not even the ones like our age and our age group.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
the
the
older
older ones
ones.
that see you coming up and see your
So
potential.
the seasoned one.
them
Yes,
seasons
like,
always look out for you.
Yes, like
Mhm.
for example, I'll make it short. Like a month or so ago, I went to a Founders Day brunch for it was in February for whatever reason, but so I went to this Founders Day brunch and basically everybody was talking about a job, like my job's social media, and they were like, whoever runs their social media is a genius and something like that. And then I was like, hey. So I made that video, the video that went viral, and everybody just instantly just fell in love with me. Here's my connection. Here's my LinkedIn. Here's my email. Reach out to me if you need any more guidance. And so it's just such a beautiful thing that like they're really looking out for you and like they see your potential before you see it in yourself, and they do whatever they can to make sure that your potential is actualized. So
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So I was sitting here thinking about how it's service is a true thing, right? And so service is also taught. It's not something that you just wake up wanting to do. And you talked about service learning and a service learning club. And so I know Kyla, you started probably doing service early, but y'all both talked about service through your high school. So would you like to talk a little bit more about what service learning is and why giving back to the community in different ways leaves a mark?
I think it's important that you never forget where you come from, no matter where you go in life. I'll never forget what Greensboro, the city, what Dudley did for me. I'll never forget that community. That was Greensboro and Dudley made me the woman I am today. So that community around there, Dudley itself, Lincoln, Moorhead Elementary, they will always get my love and respect. So when it comes to giving back, I think our counselor, Miss Paylor, I feel like before my mom is still like giving back, like with our church and stuff, but I think it hit me like, oh, this is something that's important in high school. And Paylor made sure we don't get their service on the hours, and if you didn't get them,
you won't graduate.
Yeah, you won't graduate.
And she meant it.
Yeah,
And she was gonna call
meant
your
it.
mama.
Yeah, she gonna
was
call
eat the
everybody.
mail.
You gonna call. You gonna make sure you're at that school on Saturday and do that service on it. But she showed us like giving back to the people that have poured into you is important.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of like where mentorship or
Yes.
mentoring, and it doesn't have to be you giving out canned goods or whatever in the community. It can simply be showing up. I've been asked to do panels at Dudley. I go back every year, help with the Mr. and Miss Dudley pageant. I remember my first year of college, my high school friend group, we came home for Thanksgiving and we cooked like 3 big pans of spaghetti and garlic bread and made salad, and we took it out to the community because that's what we knew to do. And so it's something that kind of just stays with you. So once it's instilled in you, I think it kind of just keeps going. And so being in these organizations where service is a major part plays a part in that also.
I just really enjoy service because I think people think that service is one sided, so it's like one group helping another. but it's really like you're helping them, but in return you're getting so much knowledge and you're learning so much, and your brain is really just expanding. A service has always been something that was like an expectation in my house. So for me, like even joining a service organization, it wasn't because I just wanted to stroll at the club. It was like I really do value service.
Do you still want to stroll at the club too?
I've only strolled at the club once.
But
I just had to,
But let it be
Oh,
a Saturday service moment or something like that. And I really do value those moments because I really think that it's taught me so much about other people and about how people navigate life. And it sort of brings you back and it humbles you and it shows you that you should be appreciative. So I'm so thankful that in undergrad we had such a big, like, volunteering was such a big thing instilled. Like, you had to get the credit, you had to get an experiential learning credit to graduate. And I actually became the executive director over civic life, but I was over volunteering and outreach. And so it was just really cool to connect with not only our community partners and do stuff like that. I worked for Habitat for Humanity for a semester. I was out there building houses, but it was so
that was a sight to see.
If y'all know anything about me, I'm not into stuff like that. But it was just such a beautiful experience because I was out there building the house with the people who were going to receive it, and just hearing their stories about like their trauma and how they put in so much work to get to this. And this house, it might seem small to anybody else, but like this is really just like a mansion to them. And it's everything to them. That's so it's so humbling. Like this time last year, it just popped up on my phone. This time last year, I was in Costa Rica doing a service trip. And it was just so humbling because like you can't even, things that we take for granted every single day, like flushing our toilets. We can't even flush toilets in there, like in Costa Rica. So like on
Simple
top
things.
of them pretty much like putting in all this work, like I'm talking about one man, 50 acres of pineapples, and he's sitting up just chunking them. And I'm like thinking in my head, like it would be ungrateful of me to complain about my legs getting cut up. I'm hot, I'm sweating and everything. I'm like, how ungrateful can I be?
Yeah.
And this man is doing this with no complaints. Like this is what he loves to do. So service really teaches you to be humble and to be grateful for everything that God has given you, because it's people in more dire situations or with less than what you have, and to them they have everything. They're the richest people in the world.
So ladies, now y'all talked about all this really amazing stuff: mentorship, sisterhood, great relationships with women, service, going to Dudley High School, all these wonderful things. I mean, y'all have fun? What y'all do for fun?
No, I had fun. I live in Charlotte, so I know I had plenty of fun.
You had plenty of fun.
I had plenty of
You
fun.
got excited about the
I
fun
had
table.
plenty of fun. I feel like it's like a work-life balance. Like I work full-time in corporate America. I'm in grad school. Almost done, thank God.
Congrats on
Thank
that,
you,
girlfriend.
thank you. Of course, like you said, I'm on a regional team with AKAs that takes me lots of places and just chapter stuff. But I have a good group of friends in Charlotte where we try and make time, even if it's during the week, to hang out. Like, and sometimes we go weeks without seeing each other. It's like, oh, we gotta do better, y'all. Like, we said 2026, we're gonna do better with hanging out. But finding that time with your friends, if it's going bowling, like we like to go bowling, or we'll go bar hopping, depending on like the area. It might be somebody's birthday or something. We're going out. If it's just dinner, like finding that time. But yeah, I definitely have fun.
That's it.
I
Good.
love hanging out with my friends.
That's it.
So.
That's it. You lit up when we said that. You lit up.
Yeah.
And traveling.
Oh, I love to travel. If y'all got somewhere y'all want me to be, I'll go. Volunteer me.
Yeah.
Please.
Hello.
Say sign me up.
Sign me
Well,
up.
I don't want
Send me
y'all
a trip.
doing too much traveling right now. Let the TSA people come back to work.
Yeah, I can't go to Atlanta Airport. Like somewhere else, maybe.
Travel right now.
Yeah. Me personally, I love having fun. I think I'm sort of navigating having fun post-grad and what post-grad fun looks like. And of course, I live at home, so it's like, okay, so how much fun can we really have?
I mean, you can
have fun.
You can have a lot of fun.
But
what are you talking about?
Also, I think
we
a lot
do not
of
interfere in your fun.
It's a difference though.
Yeah, you can't be coming to your mama or daddy house at 2-3 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, it's a respect thing.
Oh, no, that's accurate.
See?
That's
Okay.
accurate.
Yeah.
But also, it's like a difference because I think a lot of people define fun as the club every weekend. I'm
Yeah.
not a club every
Nah.
weekend type of person. So, like, fun for me is like me and my friends go golfing, or me and my friends
Bowling.
plan a trip,
Yeah.
or me and my friends, like, we discovered an aerial class in Charlotte, or we go to different sporting events that we've never been to. So a goal I have this year is to go to a bunch of sporting events that I've never been to. So I went to an NBA game, I've been to an NFL game, I'm gonna go to an MLB game, and I went to a hockey game this year as well,
Yep.
and I got to ride on the Zamboni. So just getting different experiences. I've been blessed my entire life to have experiences that a lot of people have never like gotten, and they probably won't in their entire lifetime. But just making sure that I do what I can when I can to also continue expanding on.
So, parting, what would you tell the younger Taylor?
Ooh. I would tell her that, the sky's the limit. You know, and don't be afraid to speak up for yourself, and don't be afraid to try things that you would never think of, because God and your network are going to take you places that you would never even imagine. So I would tell her, just wait and see what's going to happen.
Hey, wait and see.
God gonna shock you for sure.
Tell the younger Kyla.
I would definitely tell her that ultimately God has the final say, because I'm an over planner. I will plan everything. Like, I will plan how long it takes me, like which aisle I need to go to when I go to the grocery store in
Kyla.
order. Like, I will over
It is
plan
bad.
Kyla.
everything. It is like obsessive, actually.
You know
So-
they have something called therapy for that, right?
I
Hey,
tried.
go to
I
therapy.
tried.
And go.
Therapy is good for you.
Therapy is amazing, and you're a young woman to say that.
I tried, and it just,
No,
I
you
give it
gotta
another
find
try.
a good
You weren't
therapist.
committed to therapy.
I give it another try. I
Hey,
didn't
hey,
like
hey.
that
You
lady
did
advice.
like the lady.
I liked
do
her,
my
but
girl.
her
She gonna
advice,
work on
she
it.
threw
We gonna
me
work
off.
on
We're
it.
gonna work on it. Thank you. Maybe coming from you, it might work.
But I would definitely just tell myself that keep going. Sometimes people aren't gonna like you, but you're not on planet Earth to be liked.
Hello.
You're on planet Earth to serve God, serve other people, and accomplish your mission. And just to keep looking and figuring out what your purpose in life is. I know you're gonna be like, it's a weird stage when you hit like 22. You're like, what am I doing here? Like, what is my point? And like, instead of sitting up and researching and being in your room all day in like a reclusive state, just give it to God. When you
Hey!
when you give it to
Amen.
God, and that goes for anything in life, dating,
Anything.
education, housing, it's gonna work out. It's
Amen.
gonna all work
Hey.
out. But faith without works is dead. So if
Hey.
you sit there and you just be like, God
That's
gonna do
good.
it.
Thank you so much for joining us today on To The Max podcast. As we wrap up Women's History Month with two amazing young women, Miss Kyla Maxwell and Miss Taylor White. They're phenomenal young women out here doing their thing, and we're so appreciative to them. If you have not watched, liked, subscribed, or shared, or done all of the above, make sure you do so, because you're missing some great information. Thank you so much. Go be great, because you already are.